sometimes service dogs get sick too, and that's totally okay because they're living, breathing creatures. On our adventure.
Ah, yeah. Freezing cold here.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Having a bit of a rough start to my day. Woke up with really bad nausea and went to the restroom, got sick a bit. Pushed an IV Zofran and came to lay back down in bed, but I've got to get up and get ready, so I've been doing it in steps. I got up again, washed my face, brushed my teeth, come and lay down in bed. Then I got up again, cleaned around my feeding tube, put new nutrition in my feeding tube bag, came and lay down in bed. Now I've got to get up and change and just be ready for my day because I've got things to do. So just doing my best to push through the nausea. That is gastroparesis for you, at least in my case. Lots of things can cause nausea, but anyways, just hoping the icky feeling dissipates a bit. I'm up. That was a struggle, but it's fine. I've got stuff to do today, and I'm thankful that I was able to push through my symptoms and get out, because sometimes that's really not an option. But anyways, today is either a day to go see my amazing primary care doctor, which is important because I have a few things I need to discuss with her, or it's a day to cancel my plans and go take Harlow to the vet. It all depends on what my dog's poop looks like. So my day is being determined by my dog's poop. Okay, Harlow, you're all better. We've got a solid poop. Yay! I'm so glad Harlow's back to regularity, I guess. I mean, she never acted as if she was feeling unwell, but dogs can't vocalize what they're feeling, so you never really know. I'm just glad everything's back to normal. Her and I are ready to go to my doctor. I'm just still nauseous, but I feel well enough to drive. It's within my 25-minute driving radius, of course, so we'll be good. Right, Hippo? We can do it. We can do it together. Made it to my... Can I help you? I made it to my primary care's office. So blasting the cold AC in my face actually helped with my nausea. It doesn't usually, but I will take it. And this will be the first time my primary sees me since getting my feeding tube. So I'm excited for her to see the improvement. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to the doctor. I was walking inside and let Harlow smell some grass in case she needed to use the bathroom, and she had diarrhea again. So I guess it's on and off. The good thing is she's acting like herself. She's not acting lethargic, but I called my doctor's office and said, I'm in the parking lot. I'm so sorry, but my service dog is sick. I can't come in. And they know me and Harlow really well, so they said, that's fine. You know, I hope Harlow feels better, and they rescheduled me for next week. And then I called the vet and I have a 2 p.m. appointment for Harlow, so my poor pup, I'm gonna get her taken care of. But when I said my day is being determined by my dog's poop, it really was. So yeah, sometimes service dogs get sick too, and that's totally okay because they're living, breathing creatures. But when Harlow gets sick, because she's my service dog, my independence goes down too. I can't go out by myself anymore, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is Harlow, of course. I just want to let y'all know how it affects me as a service dog handler when my service dog gets sick. She's out of commission, my independence is out of commission, but I will not hesitate to cancel my plans and do everything I can to make sure Harlow's taken care of, because honestly, she is so important to me. If it were up to Harlow, she would continue working even though she's sick. It's up to me as a handler, and it's my responsibility to decide when Harlow's well enough and not well enough to work, because once when she was younger, she was sick. She had like the runs and vomiting, and she was like that for a few days, but even in those few days of being sick, she still alerted to me and still tried to do her task work. So I need to make sure Harlow rests and does whatever she needs to do, and I do whatever I need to do to make sure she's taken care of and put back in tip-top shape. If that means canceling my doctor's appointment that I struggled to get to this morning because of symptoms, so be it. I will do whatever I need to look after my pup, because she's so much more than just my service dog. She's a big part of our family. Oh, Hippo. Oh, Hippo. Why is my puppy feeling poopy? She has nothing new in her diet. She has no new treats. I think maybe she just got sick, but she's acting like her normal self, so I'm not overly concerned, but I'm glad we're going to the vet this afternoon. But from going out and the driving, I am exhausted and still not feeling all that great, so I'm gonna take a rest now. I have been resting, thankfully feeling better. I took a nap, so that probably helped. And then I felt like I could actually eat something, and I couldn't decide between cucumbers or cheese, so I just got one of each, and this would be a nice snack. Well, I couldn't eat as much as I thought I could, so I just took a bite of each to get the best of both worlds. Cracker with turkey, and then either cucumber or cheese on top. One of my favorite safe foods. And Harlow! Hippo! Oh my gosh, do you not respond to Harlow anymore? Have we called you Hippo too many times? Alright, you get hyped for the vet? Yes? Off we go to the vet, Hippo! You ready? I don't vest Harlow when we go to the vet because I want her to be her usual puppy self, and the vet can get a better idea of how she's feeling if she can be interactive and playful instead of in working mode. So thankfully the stuff she usually carries for me fits in my backpack because it's not infusion day, so there's extra room in my feeding tube backpack. Anyways, off we go to the vet. This is how Harlow behaves in a waiting room full of dogs. Frog legs. Made it to the vet. Harlow's been taken to the back to do weight and a blood test and stool samples. So before we started her on a raw diet, Harlow used to get ear infections a lot, and they take her back and wash out her ears, and she's not a fan of that. So whenever they go to take her back, she looks at me like, "Are you sure, Mom?" But she goes with them and behaves really well. We also found out that she needs her booster shot for the dog flu vaccine, so she's gonna get that today. Gonna get Hippo taken care of. Are you smelling all the smells, Harlow? They said you did so well back there. They said she did great. She still weighs about 70 pounds, which is good. Her weight is stable. And no booster shot today because the vet said since she's having diarrhea, they don't want to make it worse. So I just got to schedule another follow-up when she's feeling better, which is totally fine. And we're just waiting to see what the testing says and just waiting for the vet to come in. We are back home from the vet visit and it went great. I love Harlow's vet. If I'm picky about my doctors, I'm gonna be picky about her doctor too. And the vet told me when Harlow saw him in the back, she went straight to him and started snuggling with him and giving him love, which I thought was so funny. So anyways, Harlow looks great. She's not dehydrated, and they took a blood and stool sample, which we'll know the results tomorrow, but they expect it to come back normal because they really just think she got sick. Maybe she caught something while working. Anyways, they gave me a 10-day course of metronidazole to help with her diarrhea. They expect it to clear up in a few days, so that makes me feel so much better. And then next week I have another appointment to give her the booster shot for the dog flu vaccine because, like I said, they didn't want to give it to her today in case it aggravated her diarrhea. So she's a good dog. Harlow, Harlow, you want your pills? You silly dog. I am so glad you're gonna be A-okay. Mwah! Harlow, why are you making so much noise? Oh, you make me laugh. Oh, I crashed when I got home. I think I built up the energy to go to the vet and to be there for Harlow, and now I'm worn out. So I put on my PJs and I'm gonna let my body rest because that's what it needs right now.
I'm home from my first day of training at the sheriff's office. It's a nice rainy afternoon. Hippo is happy like ducks because I don't know why. And Jack is in the kitchen cooking something that smells amazing.
Parmesan cheese addiction.
We are out.
I am making
Orzo, shrimp, and scrimp and chicken.
Yeah, come here, I'll show you. So we got the orzo boiling and chicken broth. Broccoli. This is the sauce that's gonna go in the orzo, and we got shrimp and chicken in the oven.
Scrimp and chicken.
I just threw my own chicken and shrimp recipe together, but you can look in the description for a link to the orzo recipe. It's pretty tasty.
It is pretty tasty.
We have a delicious dinner! Yay! And I feel like I can eat. Big improvement from this morning. I'm glad your first day went well, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's pray. So, one thing about Judd's new class is his schedule changed. No more rotating shifts, which makes me so upset.
Well, for the month.
Yeah, for 4 weeks.
Makes you upset.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I like you home. Like, I know you work more with 12-hour shifts, but you got more days off.
Yeah, I like the 12-hour shifts way more.
Yeah, I mean, it's better. The 12-hour shifts work for us because Judd has more consecutive days off. He has weekdays off sometimes, and that means he can take me to doctor's appointments.
The weekdays off are by far the best thing ever.
Yeah, he loves the weekdays off. But then also if I'm in the hospital, he has full days he can be with me. It's just the 12-hour rotating shifts work much better for our family, and Judd prefers them, but it's only for the 4-week class that he's at, like, what, 8 to 4?
8 to 5.
8 to 5. And then when he goes back to field training after that for 4 months, he's back to 12-hour shifts. So Jack's gotta feed Hippo her pill, and we're gonna trick her by throwing it up in the air and pretending it's a treat. See how she's excited for it. I can't wrap it and stuff like peanut butter because she will lick it off and spit it out. She's so good at that. So I either have to shove it down her throat, which I'd rather not do, but let's see if this works. Alright, you ready? I love you so much. It's okay. Yeah. Ta-da! She's too smart.
She knew like instantly it wasn't food.
Babe, put it outside. Why are you bringing the crabs in here?
His name is Mr. Krabs. Yeah, this is home now.
So we live on an inlet and we got little fiddler crabs in our back porch sometimes.
This thing is like gonna jump out of my hand and Harlow's gonna be so happy.
Alright, bring it over here. Let's see it. She's like, oh my god!
Oh no! I had to save it from Hippo.
Oh my god, if that thing gets on me, I'm gonna scream.
Louder than you already are?
See, it's a crab. Yeah, it's my medicine alarm. Turn that off.
Oh.
Can you please put it outside?
Say goodbye to it.
We are ending our day. Judd just found out our one of our neighbors smokes, and that is a huge trigger for
Thus
my...
is the end of Jacqueline Blake. It was nice knowing everybody. We'll update you when the funeral is.
No, I just cigarette smoke's a huge trigger for my asthma and angioedema, so I avoid it. But obviously, if my neighbor wants to smoke, they can smoke. It's just I got to be extra careful now. But I'm glad you found out instead of me. And Harlow's obviously, I mean, she's acting like her happy self. She's okay, and the vet said she'll be good. And I'm really thankful I took her in today, and she's gonna get taken care of. So anyways, that is it for our day. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure.